Friends, I'm just so excited about this video. We love making this dish. Lorelei has actually turned it into a business. It's the best you can find around here. So if you're interested in ordering one of these, you let us know. We are becoming pork belly lechon experts, and we soon to hope to offer whole pork lechon Cebu style right here locally. So if you want to know how to cook it, watch the video. If you want us to do it for you, contact us. Hey everybody, it's David with Philippine American Couple. We're back in the kitchen again. My beautiful, lovely assistant behind the cameras. There you go, wave to the crowd. Wave to the audience. Hi everybody.
Hello! Kumusta? We're making a lechon.
So, look, if you want to see more of our videos, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the alert bell. Very important. Hey, today we're back in the kitchen, and I'm going to be making pork lechon in the oven. So that's the plan for today. Now I'm going to kind of break this up in a couple segments. But first and foremost, understand, if you really want to make good pork lechon, it takes time and love. You got to be willing to put in the effort with pork lechon. Now, my goal is to make this as tasty and as moist meat as possible while making the skin as crispy as a thin potato chip, because that's the goal. So, first thing is, we've started out with a big piece of pork belly. This is for a party that we're going to in a few days, or a couple days, tomorrow,
Saturday.
Whatever. I don't know. We're going to a party.
2 days from now.
We're going to a party.
Again.
So, so they got this, and this thing was 5 pounds. How many pounds was it? It was like $50, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, it's really heavy and it's really big. It's the biggest one I've ever done.
No, that's 13 something.
Okay, 15 pounds. It's really big. So here's going to be a couple secrets to prepping your pork belly. One, you want to wash it very well. Wash it and rinse it. Now, most importantly, you have to dry both sides of it and the edges very well. All right? You want to make sure that before you start working on your brine solution or your insides of this, that it's at room temperature. We don't want the skin to be cold. Even though it's I don't want to say the word dead, but the pig is dead.
Butcher.
You know, even though it's been butchered, the pores of the skin will be super tight and cold. So I want it to warm up and relax. And it will allow these folds to kind of smooth out, and it's going to give us a nicer roll to this. So on this one here, it's really big. Now I am going to trim the edge a little bit here to square it up to make it nicer looking. The other thing I'm going to do with this one, like I said, is muscle. I'm going to keep it dry, right? I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to literally score it. Maybe, I would say, 1/4 of an inch deep all the way through, all right?
In order to...
And then I'm going to do it this way. And what that's going to allow it to happen is, with the rub that I put in here, the ingredients that I'm going to put in here will absorb into the meat and give it a better flavor. Also, when it's in its brine solution, the flavors of the brine solution will definitely permeate through the meat. It's also going to help us when we roll it. It's going to make it more flexible so that when we roll it, it's a little bit easier. So that's kind of the prep work for our beautiful, beautiful piece of pork belly. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the brine solution that I like to do. So my rule of thumb for making your brine solution is 1 liter water, right, in our pot. You want to put 1/4 a cup of salt and 1/4 cup of sugar. So we have salt and we have sugar. We're also going to chop up a red onion. We're going to chop up some garlic. I'm going to put a little jalapeno in it. We got some pepper seeds. And then, of course, I have some Knorr's liquid seasoning that we really like to cook with. Now, one of the most important ingredients in pork lechon is lemongrass. It just smells wonderful and it gives you that great flavor. We're going to use this in our brine solution. I'm going to twist it, break it, entwine it, and that's going to allow the juices to come out into our brine solution. Now, the key is you got to bring this to a boil so that the salt completely dissolves. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to soak our prepped lechon or pork belly in a large container overnight. And the salt solution is what is going to really help us when we bake this to get this skin to crisp up like a potato chip. And that's what we want there. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the ingredients that we're going to put inside this. Now, this is a really big belly, kind of like mine.
A sheep.
So on this one, since we're doing this for a party and we're hoping to make it look really pretty, we're going to roll it up like this versus the traditional style that people do like this. Because we want more skin. We have a party, we have a lot of people. We want as much exposed skin that turns into a potato chip that we can get. But inside, once again, garlic. Lots of garlic. Lots of lemongrass. The same way. We're going to twist it, bust it up, and crush it. We're going to use little scallops onions, a lot of these. Now in our rub, we're going to use salt, pepper, there's thyme, a little thyme, and a Filipino favorite, and you guys don't know what this is. Can you see it?
Yeah, magic syrup. They know that.
Magic syrup, which is a bunch of
all-in-one seasoning.
All-in-one seasoning. Apparently,
if you don't know how to cook, I'll flavor it.
Yeah, if you don't know how to... Okay. So, and what I'm going to do is, after it comes out of the brine solution, right? You dry it again very, very, very well.
What is brine?
Brine is a saltwater solution. That's what it is. So, but we're going to dry it very, very, very well and let it acclimate to room temperature. Then I'm going to take my salt, my pepper, my magic syrup, my thyme, and I'm going to rub it into the meat. And then I'm going to put my onions, my lemongrass, a lot of lemongrass, and garlic all around it, and it's going to be folded up into it. So anyway, we're going to roll it up, have all of our ingredients in, and then we're going to bake it. Now, here's part of the secret to making a really, really good and crispy pork lechon. All right, guys, so now we're going to make our basting solution for the skin. This is what we're going to use about every 30 to 45 minutes. So we're going to start off with a lot of oil. Like that action? See it? I feel like I'm a bartender.
Bartender.
And it doesn't really matter too much what type of oil. It's kind of the same concept of when girls use baby oil on their skin and they go outside in the sun and it turns their skin brown. Kind of the same concept. So we're going to use quite a bit of oil, and we're going to use just a little bit of your favorite soy sauce. And here's the key to the soy sauce. Now obviously it's water-based, so it doesn't mix with the oil, as you can see, which is pretty cool, right? You guys see that? How cool that is? Well, we want to do this. We want to blend it up best we can, get it all busted up. what the soy is going to do for us, it's going to help the oil darken the skin of the pig. So it's going to have a beautiful color to it and help to make it crisp. Same thing as suntan oil. All right. Now, we're going to use a little bit of brown sugar, right? Now, the brown sugar is going to help caramelize the skin. So it's going to give her an even darker and richer and crispier texture to the skin. So we're going to just keep stirring this and messing with it. And if we need to make a little bit more as we go throughout the day, we're going to do it. I might add a tiny bit more little soy because I want some more color in it. Just don't do too much soy sauce or you'll wind up turning the skin too salty. You don't want that.
Pampahid sa lechon sa panit.
And that's pretty much what we're going to do. Now, what I am going to do, just to help all this dissolve together, is I'm going to stick it in the microwave and warm it up for about 30 to 45 seconds. And that's it. Then it's going to blend in nice and be ready to go for tomorrow. All right, so today's day 2, and we've got our beautiful piece of pork belly out of the brine solution. We've had it in there for a good 24 hours. Now, here's something important to remember, all right, very important. Do not throw your brine solution away. When we bake this, we're going to need to put water in the bottom of the pan. I always like to use my leftover brine solution. It adds more flavor to the lechon, or the pork belly. All right. So why don't we go ahead and see if we can put some of our ingredients inside of our roll. So the first thing we're going to do is start with our dry ingredients. So I'm going to do a little bit of salt, not a lot, because remember this has been soaking in a brine solution overnight, which is basically a mild saltwater solution. Okay. Now, how about some pepper, ma'am? My lovely assistant here will hand me some. Okay. What's next, ma'am?
This one.
Brown sugar.
Yeah, and then this one. Oh. I'm not part of the cook.
Okay.
Rosemary.
Some rosemary. We put some thyme in there, and we're going to put some of the magic syrup seasoning.
Ooh.
I'm going to rub it.
That's fine. There you go. Just put a little bit here. No, that's good.
And I'm going to just kind of massage this around and try to get some of this down in those cuts and grooves I made yesterday.
That's the next one.
Brown sugar already put in it.
You put the brown sugar?
I did.
Yeah.
Where were
You
you?
even that one. No?
It's good. Trust me. Bay leaves.
Yeah.
So here's the vegetables that are going to go into this. So that was our dry ingredients, our rubs. We got lots of garlic. We got some bay leaves that we're going to line up.
In the center because you're gonna fold it.
Okay. Space these out a little bit. You don't need a lot. Okay. My wife will correct everything I do, as you can see. Okay. Lots of garlic.
It's a very flavor.
We'll spread it out. We'll try to get a little bit of it smushed down it can be coarsely chopped. It doesn't got to be fine. All right, we'll kind of spread that out.
Do this.
Now this is very important, and I mean one of the most important ingredients you can have in pork lechon.
You slice in the middle so that the juice come out.
So what she did is on your lemongrass, she cut straight down and opened it up.
This one
And
is cut.
so we're going to place a few like this and a few like this.
Alternate.
We're going to alternate north and south or east and west, however you want to say it or call it. And we're going to use quite a bit of lemongrass. Lemongrass is fantastic in Asian cooking.
In the middle. Let the juice will come in the middle.
Yeah.
This
And
one
so-
will come out. Just, there you go.
You saw that I was twisting it to break it. This will allow some of the juices to absorb out. And we'll stick this one right here in the center. So lemongrass, garlic, spring onions, lots and lots of spring onions.
That is yummy.
I don't have a clue how we're gonna get this thing closed. It's gonna be a miracle that this thing closes. It's like the biggest burrito in the world. So she has some scallion onions and a little bit of red onion that we're gonna put in here somewhere, somehow.
It will shrink when it's cooked. There you go.
And everything does shrink and cooks down. The real goal is, are we able to roll this sucker to get it to be like a burrito?
Alright, you ready?
All right, everybody. So here is our finished product. You can see that it is crispy, beautiful colored. The flavor is going to be in there. But after 2 days and a lot of love, a lot of work, they're not hard to make. They just take time, and you can get yourself a beautiful pork belly oven roasted that I promise you everybody is just going to love. All right, guys, see you next time. Enjoy your dinner.